So y'all want to hear a little bit more from the book, or are you all ready to go? Go? All right, good. I've got nothing else to do tonight, so I'm glad you're interested. Let's see. Those were the only things that I had earmarked. So just give me a second to help so I can find another section. Don't talk. Nobody talk. Sex with the wife, crime in the neighborhood, more sex, more crime. Sex, crime, drugs. Okay, here we go. More drug humor. Hey man, open up, it's Dave. Thank you. I can tell who's a stoner just from saying that. Later on in the book, I become head of my neighborhood association. You laugh, but it's true. There were some problems. I woke up one evening to find two guys fighting over a prostitute under my son's bedroom window, and it was time to do some cleaning up of the neighborhood. But there were some conflicts. Once I'd squared away my new role as community leader, I decided it was time for me to reform my marijuana smoking habits. One of my best friends from high school, who had become a successful family practice physician with a specialty in infectious disease, spurred the change. He had a son a few months younger than Elijah. Dude, he said, you're going to be 35 soon. You can't be inhaling all that shit into your lungs. You're probably right, I said. He had a degree from Harvard. I sighed as I imagined what the next 4.5 decades would be like without pot. You need to get a vaporizer, he said. It doesn't combust the weed, it cooks it. You're sucking down like 100% THC vapor. And it works, I said. It works so well that you barely have to use any weed at all. A quarter can last you for months. It's awesome. I was faced with a purchasing decision that would get me very high and save me money at the same time. I didn't have to think on this for long. Where can I get one? I asked. An hour later, I'd found my quarry on the internet. An hour and 5 minutes later, I'd placed the order. My vaporizer was on its way. I went into the living room to tell Regina of my lifestyle upgrade. How much did you spend on this thing? She said. I told her. Neal Ross Pollack, she said. You're the one who's been saying that we need to cut back on our expenses, and you spend that on something to help you smoke marijuana? No, I said. It's not about smoking. It's about vaporizing. Whatever. Besides, it's my 35th birthday, and I'm going to treat myself. The following is a little sexual, so you may have to, just try to plant yourself. Don't squirm too much. It arrived a week later. I waited for Elijah to go down for his nap before I opened the package. That was generous of me. A shiny metal cylinder emerged from a red plastic base at about a 45-degree angle. On the downward slope, a half moon 3 inches in diameter had been welding torched out of the cylinder. Inside was the heat source, a 6-inch piece of glass tubing that curved out for the final 2 inches, culminating in a soothing blue and green blown glass pattern of the type that you'd see at a gift shop in Eugene, Oregon. Inside the tubing was a white heat wand that looked like a Tootsie Pop stick without the candy. On the other side of the cylinder was a glass knob done in the same blue-green pattern. A thick, black electrical cord emerged from the base of the cylinder. The other component of my vaporizer was a 2-foot-long piece of soft plastic tubing. On one end of this was a 6-inch piece of glass topped with a 2-inch deep oval container with a screen at the bottom. On the other end was a little glass circle with a blowhole. The manufacturer had also thrown in a weed grinder and a pick for tamping down the weed and for scooping it out when it was cached. It was beautiful. I'd invested in the top of the line. That's some contraption, Regina said. Yes, I said. Yes, I said. They call it the Silver Surfer. That night, the Silver Surfer made his inaugural voyage. I waited till at least an hour after Elijah had fallen asleep. It came into the living room with me. Want to surf, I said. Oh, all right, Regina said. This was a once-a-year venture for her at best, so I felt honored. I pulled a nugget of homegrown out of a film canister. It went into the grinder, which I twisted a few times. A smattering of tasty shake remained when I was done. I poured easily into the wand, and then I patted it down with the pick. After about 30 seconds, the heat source glowed a deep orange. I turned the heat down a little and placed the contained end of the wand on it. After about 15 seconds, I sucked on the tube. I don't think I'm getting anything, I said. Let me try, Regina said. She had about the same result, but I placed it on again and sucked in, breathing from the bottom of my lungs. I tasted something sweet on my tongue as I blew out. A cool, fragrant mist dispersed from my mouth. And a few minutes later, we were watching Giant on Turner Classic Movies. Oh my God, I said. This is such a good movie. Regina appeared to be receding back into the couch. It threatened to swallow her entirely. You need to go get some donuts now, she said. Don't you think? Well, on that note, I think that's all for the reading tonight. But I thank you so much for coming. The book's for sale. Thank you to Emily and all people for having me. And see you next time through. Good night.